Hello, everybody. Hi, Jennifer. How are you today? Thanks for checking out my stream today, folks. Today is day 30 of my 3-year challenge. It's also day 30 of my 30-day fast, which I'm really excited about getting through this 30 days here with the fast. It has been pretty crazy 30 days with Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving holiday this past weekend. I know for us it was a little different because we usually travel out of town, but because of restrictions, we stayed home. And then I think that along with everybody else, at least where I live, since we were at home, we all decided to go out and buy Christmas trees on Saturday and Sunday. So the first place we went to was sold out of Christmas trees 2 days after Thanksgiving. And then the other place we went to, they said they had sold uh, almost as many, half as many Christmas trees in this weekend than they sold all of last year. And so, but it was fun to get outside. I hope you guys were able to enjoy your weekend. Like I said, I don't know if you're able to go home and see your family or not, but I hope you were able to have a good weekend, anyways, and I hope you succeeded with your diets. We're going to get into the weigh in here. Let me get the phone up and running. While I'm doing that, I guess I'll introduce myself. If you haven't seen this before, my name is Jonathan. I am 38 years old, and I started this at 519.8 pounds. I was probably a little bit heavier than that at one point, but starting my 3-year challenge on November 1st, that's what I weighed. What the 3-year challenge is it's really kind of over the years, I've had lots of times when I've lost weight and I've done well. And when I stick to a regimen and I stick to a plan, I do good. Almost every time I hit my goal and then it falls apart, I don't have a plan for after when I hit the goal. And so the biggest part of that, I think, is that I rushed to lose the weight, and I am rushing to lose the weight here as well. Um, but I, it's always about the weight. It's not about the change in my lifestyle or the time it's going to take me to learn new habits. And so that's why I picked 3 years. 3 years is about, it's over 1,000 days. And so if I can, for 1,000 days, if I can pay attention to what I do and if I can change my habits over 3 years, hopefully I can change all of the bad habits that I've developed in myself over the past 20 years. And so that's why there's the 3 year, I mean, the weight loss is going quick here, and I hope that I reach my goal, which is to lose 300 pounds, well before the 3 years. But I still, at the end of the 3 years, I need to be at the 219 or better. It's not about hitting that goal and then bouncing back up and coming down. I gotta get to my goal and I gotta or get close and figure out my maintenance and what I need to do as far as the diet. So, anyways, I introduce myself here. I am gonna do the weigh-in. This is, I guess, what I would say is my official 30-day fast weigh-in. It was 30 days. I did my first weigh-in here. I still technically uh, have a few hours left on my fast. But let me get the weigh-in up on the screen. Show it here. And our total is 446.8. So that puts us at an even 73 pounds down in 30 days. So that's just awesome. I'm really excited about that. It 73 in 30 days, that's 2.4 pounds a day, which is great. That's 7,000 calories plus a day lost, almost 9. But yeah, so it's really awesome to be down all that weight, really. I mean, it's gone. I've said it before, it's gone, it's never coming back. Well, this time This is just the cream off the top. You know, this was the easy weight to lose. I mean, I'm still 446 pounds, 450 pounds. So still got a long ways to go. I feel so much better at 450 right now than I felt at 450 going up, though. I mean, it's just amazing how much better I feel um, with the reduced, the reduced inflammation and swelling and things like that. So that was the weight, 446. Oh, I didn't update my tracker at the top here. I'm going to try to do. I have so many different things, tabs I have to try to go through to update anything, but that didn't get updated for a while, so I'm going to do that while we're here. And then what I'll do is I'll go from there into my 1,000,000 calorie challenge. Now with the 1,000,000 calorie challenge this is just a different way to look at the weight loss, and it's something I've done in the past and I've had a lot of success with it. um, the way I like to look at it, or what I'm looking at here, is that I each pound of fat contains 3,500 calories, and if I have 300 excess pounds to lose off my body, then each pound is 3,500. So I've lost 73 pounds. So that brings my total calories that I've lost towards the 1,000,000 calorie challenge to 255,500. That means I just hit over the 25% of the way on the weight loss mark. Um, the 25% of the weight loss and 0.2%, or 2% of the way on my 3-year challenge. So a little bit of perspective difference there. I'm 10 times further on my weight loss than I am on the actual figuring out how to make myself healthier by eating better and living a better life. But 250,000 is awesome. I'm really excited to have hit that mark. I did get a thing here. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to change my YouTube banner. I had this made up by my brother here. So I'm going to make this hamburger thing 250 calories lost here. I'm going to try to make that like the background banner or something to the YouTube page, but I'm just going to shrink that up and put it over here for now. So yeah, no, that's 250 calories, 250,000 calories. Just awesome. I'm just so excited about how much progress I've made this month. I really, it's really been a great month. And I know I brought it up before that I've done a 30-day fast in the past, and I know I felt good at the end of that 30-day fast, but I feel like this time, because I had the confidence of doing it before, just everything seemed much easier throughout this whole process. And so that has really been a great part about this fast in particular. I feel so much more confident about just you're always worried that you're going to have a bad day, you're going to get dizzy, or you're going to have something happen, and it really not had much of it in 30 days. I mean, I can't say it's been perfect. There was definitely some cramping early, and that's a lot of electrolyte, and it's a lot of your body just changing. I found, a lot of I had pain in my feet early on, and I really feel like the pain in my feet was because the fluid that was there was gone. And so then everything in my foot that was swelled up was going back to where it was supposed to be. And so I felt the pain, but it didn't feel like it was like, I don't know. The whole time it felt like it was supposed to be doing it. If that's, I don't know. It's a weird thing to explain, I guess. But so 250 calories, 70 pounds. The fasting here, so I'm gonna pull this back up because this is off for some reason. It turns off every day because I turn my computer off, but this is the countdown on my fast. I already have the program running, it's telling me. I don't know. I can do it this way too, with just looking at how many hours I have fasted by going to, so I had put you guys away. Let's open this back up. In here. All right. So what we have here for the fast, this is the Life app, and I guess I'll talk about that. So I've 713 hours fasted. That's zero food. I've had electrolyte powders. I've had vitamins. I've had water. Very early on, I tried to drink some 0-calorie drinks like Powerade Zeros. For a few days, they were fine, but after a few days, all my body wanted was water. It just, it was, in fact, I was taking an orange electrolyte powder the first half, and because of some issues I was having, I switched from orange to a lemonade, and that made a big difference as well. I was getting like gassy or burpy from the electrolyte powder, which I didn't like. I thought it was not right. So I switched to the lemonade. It seemed to have made a difference. I'm annoyed that it's not coming up with what I have left on that app, but I guess it's 8 hours. So it's 721 is the total because there's daylight savings. So there's 8 hours left for the 30 days technically. And so that is going to be pretty cool to be through that. I have been wrestling with what to do now that I am at the 30-day point, and I'll talk about that actually in a little bit. So I need a new side by. Yes, I was going to get a 30-day picture, but this morning I forgot to do it, so I'll have to do day 31 picture in the morning because I'm not going to be eating tonight before midnight anyways. But I'll get a photo in the morning, and I'll have to make a new side-by-side picture. I was going to go over the last of the fast food savings account. This is just a look here. I went back a couple months. If you've been following my videos, you'll know that I started doing November of 19, realized it was not a good month to represent what I had been doing. So I switched it over to September of this year, another 30-day month. And so leading into today, my total amount had been $426.86. That was like 28 visits, I think, to fast food, and there was like a 3 or 4 day period here where I didn't have any, so it was well over one a day, and then I finished here with 2 more, so it's actually I ended up having 30 fast food transactions. This is just my fast food. This is not any food that I purchased from gas stations. It's not any food that I eat at home with the family or groceries. It also doesn't include any like pizzas or any order out food. So the last 2 transactions I had here was a Taco Bell transaction for $12.50. So that would have been a breakfast because I know exactly what the breakfast costs. And then Wendy's would have been breakfast 2 here, and that was $15.48. So that ends up bringing my total spent in September on just fast food to $454.84. A lot. A lot. a lot. I mean, and I could have cut all of that out and just eaten what I had at gas stations, the candy bars I'd pick up, or the hot stuff out of their heater things, what I had at home. I probably still wouldn't have lost weight. And then on, if I eliminated all the fast food and I ate all that, and then so, I ate enough to live, and then I added another 450. Yes, a car payment, absolutely, a good car payment, really good car payment. So yeah, that's just a crazy amount, and so that's what I've talked about it, and I talked about it. I right now, the next counter, I guess, that I'm going to look at here, or the next thing I'm really going to focus on, is that I am going to go for as long as I can abstaining from fast food. I mean, it's going to be, I'm going to position between starving and eating fast food. I got to pick starving here for a while, or go another couple hours or go another little bit before you eat. I mean, I've already shown myself that I can push food off for 30 days, until I'm down to 219 pounds, or a point where I don't have a lot of body fat on me. Then I don't have any excuse that I couldn't just wait a little bit longer. So I'm gonna keep track of that. I hope it's not really anything I have to keep track of. I hope it's just as long as I'm on the challenge, I haven't had fast food. And so it's a concept to me that just seems crazy, but it's also something that I know there's people that yes, a car payment for my sister. That would be the I totally lost my track of thought now, because she's begging for a car payment. I don't have any money. Spend it all on food. I don't know what I was talking about. The fast food, staying away from it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. It's gonna be oh yeah, I guess I know where I was going now. So the idea that somebody doesn't ever go to fast food just doesn't, it I can't fathom it. But then I guess on the other side of that, somebody who doesn't go to fast food probably couldn't fathom somebody consuming as much fast food as I eat, So, yeah, I bought Carrie a car last year. She doesn't need another one. The so yeah, it's a crazy amount to put that number, put a number on it. It's something that I've avoided, and I'm sure many of you have avoided. If you have a fast food addiction, if you're going to fast food every day, every 2 days, or sometimes twice a day, uh, put a number on it. Go through your bank statement, look and see what you're spending. I mean, it's something that if you're hurting for money in any way, and you're really obese, 500 pounds, there's probably somewhere you can cut your food budget to help out with getting some extra money. And that's really kind of what this shows me, is that I was really letting it get out of hand. I was not restraining at all. And one of the things I was going to go over here, kind of a 30-day, yeah, that was save money. Yeah. There was another person here that goes to Subway all the time. Pigeon, awesome Pigeon TV. They eat Subway a lot too, but they've had some good success with losing weight. So what I was gonna do here, because I had I talked about this earlier in the stream, one of the first few days when I was talking about my fast food. one of the places that I moved to a new office a few years ago, and I'm surrounded by fast food restaurants. And one of the places that popped up here, or that I have available now, that I never had available before, uh, I've had it before, but it wasn't like a block away, is Long John Silver's. And I made a comment about how I realized I hadn't had a Long John Silver's meal for a couple weeks prior to starting this fast. Had uh, Fat Me realized that at the time, I definitely would have made a trip to Long John Silver's to have my favorite meal. And so what I did real quick here, and I didn't quite finish the lower part of the math, but we'll go over that. It'll be a real simple part of it. The Long John Silver's near me is a combination Long John Silver's and A&W root beer. And so my meal of choice from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you my meal of choice, and then I'm going to run through how many calories that single meal was, and I'll just talk about it, I guess. So what my favorite meal from there is it is a 2 fish, 3 chicken platter. And so then it comes with 2 hush puppies and then 2 sides. And now I just remembered one of the things I'm forgetting, which is going to really up this. So the 2 sides that I would get, because they were attached to an A&W, I could get A&W sides. So I would get a 10-piece order of corn dog bites, and then I would get a large order of their chili cheese fries. And so then that would be the main meal that I would order. And because having fish and chicken and corn dogs and cheese curds and chili cheese fries aren't enough, I'm missing that. Did I not? Maybe I. Okay, so 2 fish, 3 chicken. The 2 sides are cheese curds and the chili cheese fries. And if that's not enough, I end up getting a 10-piece order of corn dog nuggets as well. And so I think I kind of revealed the corn dog nuggets there. I listed that off because of the way I have it listed here. What this is going to end up doing is just delaying me 1 second here, but I can run down the calories as I try to look this up. So the 2 fish and 3 chicken, the 2 fish is 200 calories each, so it's 400 calories for the fish, and then each chicken is 150 calories. So that's 450 for the chicken, making just the fish and the chicken part of it a total of 850 calories. You add the 2 hush puppies, and that makes it another 150 calories, making that meal there kind of a total 1,000 calories. And so the these fries, they don't have a different size. So, okay. So then that's 1,000 calories there. So then the 2 sides is the chili cheese fries, which are 410 calories. That's 1410. And then the large cheese curds. I have a hard time believing this number, but it's what it says on the thing. The large order of cheese curds itself is 1,140 calories. And so I ended up changing the order that I talked about this. So 1,140. So that puts me at 2,550 calories before I add the corn dog nuggets, which is another 540 calories. So the food itself is 3,090 calories. And that's one meal. The things that I don't have in there yet either, that I hadn't done the math on, was that with the corn dog nuggets, they are not complete without ketchup. And it looks like I have about 150 calories of ketchup with that. And then the fish is much better with tartar sauce. So that is another 80 calories in tartar sauce. So I had 3,320 calories in one meal. And that was my, that's like my, it's Long John Silver's. Everything's made in a fryer. That is a completely brown meal from top to bottom. And so that is the addiction that I need to get rid of, because this, I would drink a diet Mountain Dew because you got to be a little healthy, right? And actually I was drinking Diet Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dews, and then I fasted for 30 days, and that broke my addiction to soda for months. Like, I didn't drink any diet soda, but so when I started going back to fast food, I wasn't drinking diet sodas. And so then that meant I went from diet sodas with these meals to Minute Maid lemonades and Hawaiian punches. And so those are even more calories on top of this. So I just kind of wanted to go over that to just kind of, put a kind of number or to kind of show what kind of order I would make. And like, the looking at it now, I mean, the one meal with 30, but I mean 3,400 calories, it's awful. It's just awful. And I knew that they were big. And that I'm not super surprised by them. The most thing I'm surprised by those cheese curds. I might have to never eat a cheese curd again if that's the kind of calories I'm looking at for those things, because that is never going to be worth the it's never going to be worth the calories for that. And that is most everything. I got this banner here. Look at it going everywhere. So with my fast, I guess what I have been contemplating and trying to figure out and working on, and all leading up to now, and I think I'm gonna push it off for a little bit. I am going to continue to fast. Like I said, I haven't had any instances where I've felt unwell in any way. I'm continuing to lose weight, so my body's not stalling or keeping itself from burning fat. It's not retaining any more fluids than normal. And so as long as I'm seeing kind of a nice downward trend with the weight loss, and not having any health effects, like I said, the lightheadedness or dizziness or shortness of breath or really anything. I mean, I talked about the Christmas tree thing right away, but the Christmas tree yesterday. So we went and got a Christmas tree. We went to the exact same place we had gone to last year. I would have been heavier than I am now. I probably would have been 500 plus pounds last year when we went. And the the experience, it's always fun, out there with the family and cutting the tree. But the walking to the tree and cutting it and bringing it back, I can remember it being very uh, laborious or labor intensive for me last year. And this year I felt great. I got down, cut the tree down. They had carts to pull the trees with, but I carried the tree mostly by myself. I had some assistance for a little while, but things, pine trees get heavy sometimes, right? No, it was just easier for me to carry it instead of trying to carry it with them. So that felt great, and I'm gonna try to start doing some more active things at home and see how that affects me, because I've been uh, definitely more active than I was previous to this month, but I'm not as active as I hope to be uh, by the time I'm done with this whole process. So I'm going to slowly start trying to work things around with that. But with the fasting, I when I do break my fast, my goal right now is going to be break it, and I'm going to focus on vegetables and have a little bit of protein, but not make it a full, um, not make it like an everyday thing. I definitely have something with the meat, like it's the fast food and having to try a little bit of everything. Well, it might be that I want to try a little bit of everything, but I order a lot of everything. So, um, so I'm gonna start working on some menus. I've been having one of the things that I've mentioned, and I've seen other people that have fasted mention, is that you get yourself when you're fasted, you do find yourself, especially with YouTube and videos, watching videos of people eating or preparing food, and I'm really gonna try to focus my when I catch myself doing that, or if I get into watching a video, I'm not gonna watch somebody gorge on food or make food that is uh, you know looks amazing or savory, or but more focus on people that are making um, healthier dishes or dishes, and kind of learn about combinations of food that I wouldn't really know right now. Like I can go into the pantry and I can throw together some spaghetti and sauce and whatever with a variety of items, but it's usually very cheese or very carb heavy, you know, breads and things like that. Um, and it's not cooking with mushrooms and zucchinis and squash and stuff like that. So I need to learn, and I'm hopefully going to use the time I have, where I would spend watching some guy just down way too much food and be envious of them. I'm going to work on learning how to make better food for myself and the family. I went really long today. I kind of knew I was gonna, because it is my 30 days and I'm super happy to be 30 days. I hope any of you guys that are, whether you're fasting or you're doing your diet, your calorie restriction, you're doing keto, or you're doing, you switch to vegan, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're having success with it. I, to me, I feel like the biggest component to weight loss is at the dining room table. I feel like um, the number of calories that you consume is got to be the overriding barrier, uh, and so the um, having a limit to what you want to have in calories a day, and then if you want to do a restrictive diet where you cut out carbs or you cut out meats, or you cut out other things. I Everybody's body is different and everybody has success in different ways. And it's about taking the time to learn what your body needs. It's not, I mean, it's taken 38. I mean, I'm 38 years old. I still don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't have any of this figured out. I know what I'm doing now to lose the weight and I'm working towards losing the weight, but on the backside of the weight loss, I need to learn what to do. And 3 years, it's the time I'm setting aside for myself to figure this out. If in 3 years I haven't figured it out, then probably won't ever figure it out. But I think I'm gonna. I am gonna be doing the live streams here when I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tomorrow because I have a charity event we're doing with a nonprofit that my wife and I run. And so if I can get to it tomorrow, I will, but it's going to kind of run right up to the time. But I will be back. I should be back Wednesday, no problem. And I want to keep doing these. I'd love to get more feedback from you guys about how your weight loss is going, what you're doing to, and to just check in with me and keep me accountable and keep yourselves accountable, because it's something where once you start going off that wagon, you start getting into a hole so you don't have to see anybody. And it's not, I want to see people on here. I want to see regular people coming in and telling me about how much success they've had. So I'm looking forward to continuing with this. Like I said, I'm going to keep going with the fast. I have no set time. If I can make it till Christmas here, another 25 days or through December, that would be awesome. I definitely would love to be able to go that long, but I'm also going to be. That's awesome, Jen. Jen was down 2 pounds. That's great. And that was, I believe, she's doing the watching what she eats through the Weight Watchers. So that's a program that lots of people have had success with, and it's about putting your food. You got to put your diet in a box. You can't just I just let my diet run free out in the yard, and my diet went feral. And now I got to pin it back up and I got to retrain it. And that's kind of, what's nice about any type of diet is just putting a boundary on what you're doing. And so, yeah, awesome. 21 pounds so far. Awesome. I'd love to hear. That's awesome. And so, yeah, it's been going great. And the feedback I've been getting from people has been good. If you guys like what you're seeing, you can like the video below. You can share it. I really want to, create a positive environment that is focused on kind of everybody's personal goals. It's not about what I'm doing in particular. I'm talking about what I'm doing, and I'm using these mnemonic or these devices like the Million Calorie Challenge and the Fast Food Savings Account as just things I do. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing too. If you have, if writing things down is the best, I want to hear about it. I got this Garmin watch. Watching my heart rate go up and down has absolutely affected my mentality about health. And it's stuff. Just do something. Just take care of one thing that you haven't been taking care of, and then it'll become two, and just move on and on and on. But I'm gonna go. Thank you guys checking it out. I'm looking forward to seeing you either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'll do a progress photo if my wife reminds me tomorrow. And you guys all have a great day. Good luck with your diets until I see you again.